Hey everyone, I just wanted to let y'all know I looked at my hair today after I did it. Let me tell you all about, we're going to talk about Black Power, Ancestor, Veneration, but first we're going to talk about being cheap. I'm cheap. So I went and got this stuff called Pure Oils because this lady said it was good. I don't think she was black. I was at Sally's. We don't have no black beauty supplies in this neighborhood, do we? I ain't seen no one. Now, I'm from Howard Street in Chicago, Illinois. There's a black beauty supply or a Korean one, on every damn block. So needless to say, don't be cheap. Because I bought this shit called Pure Oils. Don't do it. Don't buy it. My sister, who is an amazing stylist, if you're anywhere in the Atlanta, Beaufort, Georgia area, you need to check her out. Watch My Hair Bounce. She's on Facebook and she's on Instagram. So anyways. So she told me to try this As I Am stuff. And I read some reviews and some of them was really nice. But when I saw that price, it was high as giraffe pussy. And I was like, no, not going to do it. Because my girl Adia makes an amazing body butter. And I was using this gel. But the only place that sold the gel was Walmart. And I hate going to Walmart. Hate it for so many reasons. My soul aches in Walmart. So I went to Sally's and bought all these, and then this Cantu, which I remember being a fairly decent product in the past. And I haven't heard of them being like white owned or racist or anything. So I was just like, okay, so I bought the Cantu lock and twist gel. Look at my lock, y'all. I twisted this last night. This looked like I twisted this shit last week. In fact, it didn't even like hold the twist. Okay, and this is like 2 locks together because I'm thickening my locks as I get older. But then when you do that until like it gets right, you look bald headed. Yeah, that's not a good look either. So yeah, for real, Cora, you ever try to reach your giraffe pussy? It's like unreachable. And so, of course, I was cheap and I bought cheap stuff and and I could have been real cheap and went to Walmart, and we actually went there and completely didn't get that gel. Well, anyways, that's because I said I'm gonna stop doing that and I'm gonna give this As I Am stuff a try. So I was able to exchange all that stuff and pay a little, but $12 more and get some better stuff. I got the coconut co-wash, I got the moisturizer and the lock twist gel. I'll let y'all know how it works. But I've heard they're really good products. So, and I heard they from us. So that was just, the lesson I learned today. And then, it's also a lesson I learned from Ancestors because they're cheap too. I could tell you some many failed product stories because we weren't trying to spend a lot of money. It was like balling on a dime, So I'm not a person that likes to spend a lot of money. I guess on certain things like electronics. Definitely on the stuff I use for my magical practice. I don't. If I can get organic and it's not high as giraffe pussy, definitely all natural stuff I'll spend money on. But we was talking about some hair grease and some gel. You know what I'm saying? I'm from the days where we had that brown gel. You remember that brown gel? We used to do our baby hair with the little toothbrush and have all that shit flaking on our foreheads. No, we didn't blend in with our skin shadow because we yellow. So we just had that brown gunk on our fucking foreheads. Y'all know what I'm talking about, that brown gel and the toothbrush for the baby hairs. But I really did want to do some baby hair stuff and everything until I realized that my hair, while clean and now separated, you see my scalp, it is fuzzy already. We can't have that. I gotta look good next week. So the Pro Style, yes, that was it. That Pro Style by the big old jug. You get some like the size of this cup. Pro Style. And you know what? You didn't just use a toothbrush. You also used a rat tail comb with that. Blue magic and brown gel. It's a wonder any of us have hair. You know what I saw? Pink moisturizer. That's some nasty stuff. That's some real nasty shit for your hair. Parabens and all kinds of give me the juices and berries. Remember, we laughed when he said that shit about juices and berries, okay? Look, I know you do. I know you do. If anyone else who is a round the way down girl, Monique says she's still using Cool style. Yes, that's because she's from New York. You have not forgotten where you come from. So, yeah. But yeah, we usually, that's the thing. We laughed about the juices and berries, but we really go back to the basics. You know, as time goes on, you'll find yourself moving back. You know, we've had all these fancy hair products and bergamot and sulfur-8 and all that stuff, but now it's like, can I have some coconut oil? Should I put olive oil in my hair? You know, remember my hair was I can't wash my hair all the time. And I think it got a little thin and breaky because I was washing it because I didn't have time to do it. So I wanted to at least keep it clean. And that's probably worse for locks, that if you keep washing it. When you sweat, when your head is literally a cotton mop, you know them big old ass cotton mops that your mama used to have, and you didn't have that fancy thing that the janitor had. You couldn't squeeze that shit out. You had to wring that shit out with your hands. I got issues. I've got PTSD when it comes to mops. I make sure I find the laziest mop I possibly can, the lightest, laziest mop. I got that Hot 6. Hey, I still use Hot 6. Anyways, Hot 6 is the shit. But I went and got that Liebman Freedom mop and that Freedom, like the one you can take the head off and throw it in the washing machine. Mm-hmm. It's so lightweight, you know, you might as well just be mopping with air, but it works. I just have real issues with that cotton mop. But my hair is like that cotton mop. I put a ponytail in it this morning. It was still damp. It's still damp back there. And then Shadow just told me a horror story about a woman who wore a ponytail so long she got mold in her hair. And they cut it out. And that's when I took that ponytail holder out. But that's not even why I'm here, you all, today. I'm here for something really, really important. You know, I'm just talking shit until everybody gets here. So I've been a little creative today. Me and Shadow worked on 2 new... Shadow did the Ancestor Veneration formula. That's going to be called Watch Over Me. We will be bringing that with us as well to Daughters of the Moon. And I'm going to show you how they can be used. Also, Black Power. I've come up with a 23 herb mixture that is pretty comprehensive. It's stuff that will protect you, keep the law away from you, help you get alone, all the issues, and you know, keeping peace with in your family and your home, safe travel. I tried to incorporate, you know, there's salt in it. You know there's going to be comfrey in it. I'm going to give you guys a couple more. Black walnuts in it, okay? And so I'm making it, devil shoestring is in it, angelica's in it, and there's some other stuff. There's some stuff that I found. I was like, woo! Stuff that, and there's eye bright in it, because eye bright helps you see, think clearly, use that spidey sense, okay? It's also in Watch Over Me, because having that spidey sense will most definitely help you in ancestor communication. I would think that the first thing that we have to do as occultists, and I don't know I know for all ATRs, but I don't know about other ones, is everybody's an ancestor altar. And even white people, black people, Asian people, for real, has an ancestor, right? Keep them at the job. I took a picture of the incense out in the front of the store, okay, at the nail salon. So that's the thing, you guys. All cultures venerate their ancestors. It is only this really conservative Christian mentality, not people of color, who have this idea that the dead are just dead. And in fact, my family went to churches that were created by white people. And, well, you know, the majority of them are. But this particular religion they were in didn't even allow interracial marriage at one time. Talking about we all had our gifts from God, and God didn't want us to mix them. That's why they have the Tower of Babel. You know, and they would tell you that the dead are asleep and they know nothing. They would always constantly tell us that the dead were not still with us. It was a really interesting cultish type experience. But what I will say is they would tell you that the dead, if you saw somebody and it looked like your relative, it was most likely a demon trying to take your soul. All kinds of craziness. Very, 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 very few religions do not venerate their dead. In fact, have special days for them. Even Catholics, All Saints Day. You know, the Day of the Dead in Latin cultures. For us in Haitian voodoo, it's, you know, the season of Gede, the season of communicating with the spirit, Wicca people, and talk about the veil thinning, being closer to I bright wash before divination. See, girl, I knew I liked you. This is the one that wants me to take her money. I'm finna show everybody that box again too. But I have some really cool stuff to go with it, because these are things we've been talking about doing for how long? All the time. I mean, like, I have a no 5-0, and let me tell you, protesters have I gotta send Beverly some of that. Beverly, if you listening, I gotta send you some no 5-0. I don't know if you got it or not, if I ever gave it to you or if you ever bought it, but you need it. And anybody who is protesting will probably want a combination of the no 5-0 and the black power. I even put a little bit of red brick dust in there for you. Okay? So, black power is going to cover everything from faith, good luck, because I believe that all of these things, people are talking about crossing yourself up. Nah, not if you are blessing yourself. You can't cross yourself up with good things. So, protection, money, being invisible to law enforcement, being safe while you're traveling. Really, there are herbs and roots that will help you get a loan, and they're in here. Okay, so check out. It gets better, y'all. It gets better. So you know, if I have a formulation, it's gonna have an oil, it's gonna have a working root, it's gonna have a cologne, and it's gonna smell good too. Black power may be one of those, like in the black, a more masculine scent. In the black smells like Idris Elba. It smells like every man I've ever loved, every brother I've ever loved. And I don't think I've ever been in love with a white man. No, can't say I have. Yeah. So anyways, every brother I've ever loved. That's what in the black smells like. I sit and sniff it just because I'm single. But in any case, the black power mixture is going to be amazing, okay? Yeah, you need that. You need that safe travel in Missouri. You need it in Chicago. They got black sites in Chicago. You need it here in Columbus. You need it in Kentucky. You need it in Tennessee. You need it in Alabama. You need it. You name it, you need it. So that's why I'm making it. Watch Over Me is the Ancestor Veneration oil. And these are things that are going to protect you, bring up your psychic abilities, give you clarity, and things that help you connect with the spirit world. You know, wormwood. Why is wormwood not here? But wormwood, purslane, and there's things about you also, peace in the family. Think about all of the conflicted things we have with our families, especially if they die without closure. Okay? There are a lot of people who through their ancestor veneration have actually been able to come to terms with their relatives who have gone beyond the veil. And that is because of their communication with them. You know, I was telling people, you know, there's a lot of different things. Like, what helped me, you know, was smoking. Okay, you know, in those states where it is legal. When talking to ancestors, because I used to feel like a real fool. And I don't even know why, because I would pray to God and talk to Jesus and didn't feel like I was talking to myself. So why would I feel that way about my ancestors? See, that's what colonialism and programming will do to you. But now, okay, see, Olivia came to terms with her father after he passed. Man, that's some amazing stuff. But I preached a word at my mother's funeral because my uncle's kids were sitting there and he was a son of a bitch. And my mom and I had a bad time. My mother was an alcoholic. My mother used to tell me I was the worst mistake she ever made. My mother told me I was an accident. It was really wonderful. When I got old enough and I got a master's degree and I was able to really look at this woman and tell her, I'm the best mistake you ever fucking made. Don't forget about it. And once that started happening, and we just started coming to terms, especially after I had a kid. Because I'm telling you, I'm a little inebriated right now, but I no longer wonder why my mother would want to get drunk every day of her life. Y'all don't even put your phone numbers in your orders, okay? Just, my kid leaves her instrument here. I don't care if these are first world problems. You get enough of those motherfuckers and you want to drink, and you want to drink heavily. Or you want to start your day off. I know a lot of mamas who start their day off with a joint rather than end it. And that weed has been saving children's lives for centuries. Alcohol, not so much. Alcohol, mama beat your ass to death. You know that? If she's drunk, if your mother's high, you might live. Okay? But not if she drunk. If your mama drunk, you getting your ass beat. Y'all know that. So we've had some really trying times. You all have to understand, if you're still coming to terms with the way your parents behaved and the way they act, or any of your ancestors treated you, you gotta understand the model in which they were given. That's the thing that really made my relationship with God. When I was a Christian, I got baptized, and actually having a child myself made me forgive my mother. You need to walk in forgiveness for certain things. Now, my mama was verbally abusive. If she had subjected me to maybe sexual abuse, or everything is different. Some people cannot forgive their parents for verbal abuse because those scars would just live. Yeah, you feel the need to connect with him. You knew he was about to die. You just didn't know. Okay. Yes, you should build an altar. If you're, to me, now, look, people gonna tell you everything that's different. Some voodoo saints say wait a year and a day. My house says 30 days. Okay? Listen, if your father was a good man and he just wasn't there, people have issues. My dad's a good guy. He wasn't there. He really made up for it with my daughter, but my daddy wasn't there. And of course that made me have issues and pick the wrong goddamn men and a whole 9 yards. Because we were just talking tonight about how we wanted 10 children. We wanted big families. We just couldn't ever pick the right men, or the right men didn't never pick us to do that. I just wanted to populate the earth and make clothes and couscous and shit and secretly grow weed in my backyard, and it takes, what are you doing? Our shit always makes noise. The minute I turn on Facebook Live, what are you doing? What is that? Fucking computers. So, listen, if you love your father, and I'm a parent. I fuck up every single day. I try to tell people that because people are always like, you always act like you're perfect. No, I know some shit. But I knew it because I made the mistake first. It's not about I ain't never do nothing wrong, but I see you headed the same way I did, and I'll be like, no, boo-boo, don't go there, because that's what you're supposed to do for people that you care about. And I learned that through being a parent. But you have to understand the hand that black people are given in this country, even if you're middle class. You got to understand that doctors think that we can take more pain. They don't give us enough painkiller. Our mothers were their mother's mother. That close. Your great and your great grandmother were slaves, and their children were taken away. So as a coping mechanism, they became a lot less emotional and a lot less, you want to join my broadcast? I guess you could add somebody. I don't know how that works, and I'm inebriated, so don't do that. Okay? But if you really want to join my broadcast, let me know, and maybe we can see. I don't know if it split screens or what it does. How does that work?
I don't know.
I'm not going to do that right now because I'm talking about something important, but we're going to try that in a second. Just for shits and giggles, because I want to have some fun. But in any case, it was my mother gave me to my grandmother, so it was really strange when she tried to hug me and kiss me. So we're just like in the first or second generation where we're hugging our children, kissing our children, and not being scared to love them because they might be taken away. So you got to understand where our parents came from, and a lot of us are fucked up because of it. That's the first thing you just got to acknowledge. Yeah, I messed up. What am I going to do about it? Am I going to get some therapy? Am I going to get my spirit right? Am I going to get me some meds? Because some of this stuff has gotten to be so consistent with us that it is no longer like an inherited, like a environmental illness. It's in our DNA now. The post-traumatic stress syndrome of being a slave is in your DNA. That's why you got, and eating food that wasn't made for you. But that's another conversation for another time. and not moving. Okay, so now we have, Crystal Blant's an excellent Facebook friend of mine. Yes, trauma. That's why I'm trying to always get together a list of people who are licensed mental health people for people who practice magic. And they practice magic as well, because it's very important. So this whole ancestor thing, while it can be kind of heavy, it can also be liberating. And that's why I'm about to show you. So, and you're going to be able to get certain candles with certain elevated ancestors from me. Okay? So, for example, Black Power candle will come with Frederick Douglass, Malcolm X, Medgar Evers. He was really Black Power to me. He was Black Power with a Martin Luther King suit on. Righteous brothers like these will be in the Black Power. Angela Davis, well, she's not ancestor, but who? Because we're going to use, like Octavia Butler, we're going to use her for like innovation and inspiration. We're going to be using, Henrietta Lacks for feeling good. So we're going to align a lot of these formulas that I already make to an ancestor to venerate. That's right here. Right, an elevated ancestor, extremely powerful ancestors, because their grave sites are being forgotten. Their memories are being forgotten. That dumbass 45 talked about him like he was just here last week. So we gotta keep these people in front of our children. For things like Waymaker, Harriet Tubman, she made a way out of no way for thousands of people. So I'm working on, yes, Henrietta Lacks. She's going to be in the Feeling Good. And then we're going to have ones for, every single one of my formulations is going to be aligned to ancestor veneration. I'm sure we can find something for everybody. I need to find out who I can use for sugar daddy. Let's see. See, Dorothy Dandridge wasn't really like that. But y'all know a hoe with a good heart that we could use for sugar daddy? We don't have any. She wasn't a hoe.
But she was spy, double agent.
Yeah, but that's not sugar daddy. That a spy and a double agent pays their own way. So we got to find somebody who was just fine and really good at getting over. Yeah. Sugar Daddy Prince. Prince is actually on my creative ancestors altar, and he would be involved in anything that involved creativity or sex. So he would definitely be on Booty Call. But we're really going to align, dearly departed Miss Cleo, who was actually a real psychic in real life. I believe she was initiated. She will be redressed for filth. So those Michael Jackson, what are we gonna put him on? I'm so torn about Michael Jackson. I am real torn. Like, they tried to pull that shit with Prince about like how his first wife, he married her when she was 18, but she came to live with him when she was 16, but he didn't touch her, so that don't count. But when you're actually touching, no, it's like, I don't know. I love Michael, but I'm really torn about any of that. Because I don't know. But this is the thing. Honestly, deep down in my heart, I don't believe he did it. But, he had all these little kids in his house. He might have just liked little kids, but it's just too seedy. I don't touch it. I don't talk about Mike. I love him, but I don't talk about him. Because I don't know. R. Kelly, there's no doubt about R. Kelly. I still have to stop myself when it should come on, because I'll be like, oh, shit. Listen on the radio station. Yeah. So he did. He did. That's why I love him. He wrote that song. They don't really care about us. He was trying to tell us a long time ago what the deal was. And so it's like, and part of my mind, it's like, they'll do anything to mess up a brother. But then you sit and you watch him talk about, kids in his bed and stuff like that. In his own words, he wasn't high, and he wasn't forced to say that. And I'm sitting here like, no, he didn't. No, he just didn't say So I love him, but I'm really yeah. Stevie Wonder, yeah, but he's not. He like okay. When somebody wears sugar daddy, it's not be the sugar daddy. It's get the sugar daddy. Because they were saying Stevie Wonder's wife is like 45 years younger than him. Is that for real? Well, she sure don't know how to dress him. Maybe that's the reason why he looks like fresh hell all the time. Somebody tell Stevie that he is much loved, and respected, but he needs to give up them braids. When you have an open face afro, you need to stop. So join the truth now. Ooh, Miss Eartha Kitt, you goddamn right. Yes! Sugar daddy. Oh my God! Ah! The thing is, we have to be really careful and make sure that we're using images that are in the public domain. So that's the only thing, when we make these, to be responsible. Della Reese. I don't know what I would use her for, because I'm torn between the movie where she was in with Eddie Murphy and them. What was the name? Harlem Nights, Della Reese, and then the Touched by Aja Della Reese. And then when she get on Sanford and Son too. Now I need Red Fox. Oh, I don't know which one to use, because I was going to use Richard Pryor for Ho No Mo, but it would be, you trying to get somebody to stop hoeing. So I don't know. So all the ones that I can associate people with, I will. I really, for me personally, I know this sounds a little weird given his life, but I find Richard Pryor to be the perfect person for Rise Up.
Or Rehab.
Rehab. But I'm going to tell you about Rehab. We love you, Richard, but when I saw that brother talk about how he set his ass on fire, I was like, damn. You set yourself on fire. Rehab. Lord, yes. But I was going to use him for Rise Up because I don't know about you all, but I've had sometimes where Richard Pryor has saved my life. Like when you are feeling just the worst, Richard Pryor and Robin Williams will save your life. I mean, it's like they're so funny, and Cat Williams, that they will block out like misery. You'll forget that you're grieving because you're watching them. And that takes a lot. That takes a real talent for somebody to be able to bring you up. But we're going to find people. It may be people that we didn't know a whole lot about. That's the whole part of the first Temple of Ancestor Veneration. And I know we haven't really done a lot. That's going to change in the next year. I just got a lot of stuff going on right now. Speaking of what's going on right now, so just keep in mind, the labels will be $1.50 each. You can just buy the labels. I know people don't have money to buy the candles. So you'll be able to Tupac. Yes, what are we going to put Tupac on? I got to put...
be on the Black Power one, too.
Yes, he'll be a Black Power. What about Biggie? I'm going to put him on Policy Pimp. Okay. But we really need somebody who is famous for gambling. We really need somebody famous for gambling. But Eartha Kitt's perfect for Sugar Daddy. Ever After, you know who I'm putting on there, right?
You know who else?
There's two, and I'm torn. Help me with this one. I really wanted to put Etta James on Ever After because of At Last. However, she never had it. I'm going to put Ruby Dee on Ever After. Because Ruby Dee and Ozzie Davis, man. And I didn't think that she was going to live as long as she did after he died. I really thought that Ruby Dee was going to go before him. So, yeah, I'm just going to try to pair people up. But y'all know my formulations. And, yeah, James Earl Jones, he didn't die, did he? I'm his Facebook friend on my other profile. Did he die?
I don't know.
I didn't think he did, y'all. Mahalia Jackson. Woo! Now, have you ever seen the biography of Mahalia Jackson? She was another one. Couldn't get a decent man to save her damn soul. Guess you couldn't have everything. And she didn't really die in the best of conditions. Really sad. But she did so much. And when the Daughters of the Revolution wouldn't let her sing, and she sang, what did she sing? On the steps of the Capitol or the Mall of Washington? But she sang. And, yeah, so Mahalia Jackson. I'm gonna have to sit down and look. Act Right. Who we gonna put on Act Right? I'm putting Madam C.J. Walker on Popping My Collar. Confidence and Strength. I think Sojourner Truth is good for a Waymaker candle or a Popping My Collar. Let's think about some of the other ones. Addle Brain. Somebody put Marie Laveau could really confuse some folks. That's the confusion one. Stagecoach Mary. She took that fucking gun and cocked it. She confused people. But I want Stagecoach Mary on Bitch Please. On the protection. Stagecoach Mary is going to be, she'll be saving souls just so she can get your ancestors awake. Ida B. Wells, yes. Act Right. Ida B. Wells, was that? Yeah, she was the one, the anti-lynching campaign, right? Yeah. And she was an educator. I think it was Ida B. Wells. Her or Mary McLeod. There was one of them, Mary McLeod Bethune or Ida B. Wells. One of the two were very famous for writing about lynching. So they would go on Black Power, definitely. They'd go on Watch Over Me. Harold Washington, he would definitely go on No 50 and Watch Over Me. Langston Hughes. Now, that's the thing. I'm trying to figure out something that we have that would do creativity. Let's take a look here. I'll look back at the formulations. Langston Hughes. I don't know, but I'm gonna put give me a minute. Go Tell It on the Mountain. James Baldwin. I'm putting him on Insubordination. The Boss Fix. I'm trying to see. Langston Hughes. We might have to I had to make 2 new formulas today. So, you know what? Lena Horne. Flawless.
Yes.
That is Lena Horne and Dorothy Dandridge. Flawless. But, yeah, so, Fiery Wall Protection, Malcolm X is going on that. Bitch Please. Trying to think. Nell Carter reminds me of Bitch Please. Bitch Please. Go back. But there's got to, come on, y'all. Give me one. Henry Box Brown. Yes. Thurgood Marshall. He'll be on Black Power. He'll be on No 50. Harriet Tubman's already on a candle, honey. She's on Waymaker. She'll probably be on the Black Power candles. She's already on a candle. So, yes, I know. Lena Horne as Glenda. Ooh. So, yeah, we're going to try to pair some. Extradite your ass. I know Stagecoach Mary would be on that, but who else? That's a banishing. Get the hell away from me. But Bitch Please. Well, Maxine's not an ancestor, honey, and I won't be able to have public domain images of her. And we might find that, for creativity, for things like, but I see James Baldwin going on any of the power candles, any of the intellect, Act Right, because James could read you for filth. So we are going to have read you for filth. He could go on a read you for filth candle. So what we're going to have is you can choose your ancestor, your mixture, and we'll tell you what you should pair it up with, but you can pair it up with whoever you want. We're also considering doing custom ancestor candles for your ancestor altars. The only concern I have about that, and I would have a valid concern, is I'm not sending no pictures of my ancestors to nobody I don't, really know. So that takes a certain level of trust. But if you know me and you trust me and you want ancestor candles made, you want me to make something up, Snoop is not an ancestor. We're talking about dead people. Never put living people on your ancestor altar, okay, boo-boo? Never. Don't do that. So, like I said, we got the Black Power. It's 23 herbs and roots that covers everything from protection, law, safe travel, getting money, peaceful home, every single one of these roots, and none of them contradict each other. There's nothing to say that you can't use them all together. And then the Watch Over Me, which is for Ancestor Veneration. Now, what's really going to be cool about the Watch Over Me mixture, remember, all of my formulations are also incense. So if you get Watch Over Me for incense, and I like to burn incense for my ancestors, and lots of cultures burn incense for their ancestors, you'll be able to get that blend because it's already got copal and frankincense in it, so you're going to have the resin in it that's going to, but not in the oil versions, not in the working roots. You put a little bit more if you learned how to mix incense when you're balancing that out for a good burn. Incense is a bitch. I think I finally got it though. I think so. Maybe. I've never had somebody get my incense and been like, bitch, what? You know, so, and I think sometimes that people are too kind, because I tell my reading clients, hey, this don't come from me. This comes from my spirits. But I tell you what, I've never had a person tell me that my reading has been wrong. And I've been doing this for a few years now. Maybe, but I think that people complain more than they actually give compliments. So I'm pretty cool. I got one ripoff report, and y'all should go to ripoffreport.com and do a search on me, because it's awesome. It's really awesome. This person got online and tried to talk all kind of shit about me, but really couldn't. And my clients, very satisfied clients, ripped them to shreds. I always like that. I don't even know why people come from me. I honestly, you know, like my ancestors, they're crazy. That's all I got to say. I got some folks in my family, but my friends, my customers, my family. I mean, by the time you get to me, your ass is done. You're whooped. You wish you never had. So I don't even know why people come for me. Anyways, so now, for those of you who were not with me earlier, I belong to Associate. In English, it's Society of the Rising Sun. And it is in Cap-Haitian, Haiti. Now, you all know Haiti got plummeted. North of Haiti, not Port-au-Prince, Cap-Haitian, probably fared a little worse because of the way it went north up into the United States. Our peristyle, which is our temple, is devastated. As a result of this devastation, no one can go and get initiated because we have to fix it. You know, that's one thing. Even though, you know, people don't think Haitians have a lot, they make a lot with the little that they may have. And they don't come to the spirits all messed up. You know, they come with the best that they have. And I've always had this big issue with voodoo saints in the United States, or just people in ATRs in general, because mumbles and gons are not supposed to work. And I don't know a single one who does this full time other than, you know, people who are over in Haiti. But people here in the States, no. Gotta keep that day job. You want some insurance, boo-boo? You know, it used to be that the spiritual mothers and fathers were taken care of. And the house was taken care of. And the temple was taken care of, wherever you worship. Not so much anymore. So, you know, it was sustained some serious damage. And we are working with my mambo. She's going to do something special in Haiti for contributions. She's going to, and we're going to release that to you guys later. But what I'm going to do as my own, you know, I suggest that all the members of any house, if your house is in trouble, send $100. I think that most of us can do that, or send what you can. I try to give a monthly donation to your house. I know so many people that initiate and they ain't sending nothing to their house, but when they pass that collection plate in church, well, we paid, you know? And, you know, voodoo initiations tend to be less expensive than, saying, being crowned or something like that. So they don't profit from a lot of initiations either. So what I want to do, and they keep taking care of people there. My mambo works to take care of the homeless people in her area, and she's very politically active, and she's smart, and she's wonderful, and she was raised up here. Her parents are from Haiti, and she moved back. So we've got a serious situation at our peristyle. And I'm going to do something that I'll probably never offer something like this again. because this is going to be something else. And I don't know if you all saw this earlier, but I'm going to turn the camera around, kind of in relation to things, how big this box is. You know, this is like, if you see over there, you see that's her laptop. This is bigger than a laptop. Okay, I don't know. Give me the ruler. Okay, so this box measures. Let's see what we got here. That's a 12. We'll start over there at the moon. This box is at least like 14, 15 inches wide. At least, let's see what we got down here. I don't know. Y'all can't see that, but I can. 5 inches tall. Okay. And then the depth of this thing is 10.5 inches. I'm going to fill this box. I'm going to fill this box with at least, and this is mojo bags. I'm going to put 3 mojo bags in here with charms. I'm going to put at least 2 full-size fixed candles, a 10-ounce bottle of Florida water, a 5-ounce bottle of rose water, a 5-ounce bottle of lavender water. We're going to put at least 6 working roots in here, a couple incense. What else we going to do? Red brick dust, hot foot powder. I might even give y'all some gopher dust. And you can buy a ticket for $15. And we're hoping to get enough tickets where I would love to send my associate $1,000 to help fix our temple. Okay, so this box, and this will be announced on All Saints Day. So we will be announcing the winner. What's going to happen is you're going to order a raffle ticket, and I'm going to send you a picture of your raffle ticket number, because I don't like putting everybody's names in randomizers. I'm going to put your name and your order number on your ticket. I'm going to put it in a box or a bowl, and we're going to do a Facebook Live, and somebody else is going to draw the name of the winner. I'm not going to draw the name of the winner. We might even put some shredded money down the bottom for y'all. Okay? So that's what we're going to do. It's going to have at least 2 fixed candles. We're going to fill it. We're going to fill this entire box, okay? Whatever we can put in here, we're going to put in here. And it's so cute. Look at that. To the moon and back. Nobody will know you have a box full of shit that you can bless or curse with. There's going to be black salt in there, y'all. There's going to, and I said, peaceful home powder, rose sachet powder, all kinds of goodies are going to be in this box. Now, you're going to be able to get 1 raffle ticket for $15 and 3 for $40. Okay? So you will be able to up your chances if you do $40. So 1 raffle ticket for $15, 3 for $40. So this will be launched probably tomorrow. I'm going to put up a picture of this and explain everything that's going in it. It might launch sometime next week, because we might I really want to take the time to fill it so you guys can see what goes in it. Because you know me, I don't like to do stuff sloppy. That's why I was mad about my hair. I'm like, and I don't think about my hair much. I went to dye my hair, and they didn't have cream hair dye, which I usually use, and they had liquid. And so I was like, well, what's the difference? Because I ain't no hairdresser. She's like, it's just liquid. No, when you have a liquid hair dye, you need an applicator bottle. Yeah. I mean, Ayana Williams did my hair last night, and she had to scoop it out like hair grease. Because luckily we had the cream developer, but it's still not as red as I wanted it to be. I wanted it to be a little bit hotter. So I have to do something. You know what? Probably if you put another lift up on it, if you do a 30 or 40 developer, it'll probably bring it up. But y'all tell me, because I don't know nothing about doing. Yes, you like the end results? Thank you, boo boo. I got my ombre going on, my not on purpose ombre. I'm too lazy to bleach the top of my hair. But I don't want it to be gray either. Ombre going on. So that's how that happens. So anyways, you all be blessed. Like I said, I'm hoping it's just so much going on at once, and we're getting ready for Daughters of the Moon. And so, but I'm going to try to fill this box as quickly as I can so that I can take a picture. Thank you. Thank you for the compliments. Yes, I got accidental ombre going on. Yes, I do. You should see my sister's work. Her daughter is, she's 8 now? She is 7 maybe. 2009. How old is that? How old is that? It's 8. It's 8.
Yeah.
Okay. And so she made the honor roll, and my sister is 8. She goes and travels. She teaches people in Bermuda, and my niece wanted her hair dyed. So what my sister did was, her hair's down to her butt too, lifted the back of her head and put in a rainbow. She looks like My Little Pony up underneath in the back of her hair. And so when she wears a ponytail high up, you can see the rainbow in the back of her head. It's so cool. You know, and that's the thing in my family. Like, oh, people like, you shouldn't dye baby's hair. Look, does it look like we have problems keeping hair in our heads? People always telling us what not to do with our hair. Our hair grows back, and if it don't, there are some badass wigs out there. I'm sorry. That's the one thing that I don't like about having long dreads, is that I can't wear these wigs. Because that's when I met Shadow. Shadow wears her hair natural now, but Shadow, that red and black ombre you had, oh my God, that wig was so hot. Shadow always came dressed and pressed wherever there was an occult event, and that's how I ended up calling her Shadow, because it's like, man, this woman, my Shadow. She had every witchcraft thing I go to. So Shadow's wig game is impeccable, okay? But she's natural now. Anybody, y'all, I'll show you her hair. Hold on. I love it. She loves it. But I got a story for you. So this is Shadow's new hair color. You see, now Shadow, you know, she was a little gray in the front, so she decided she was gonna color it red, right? And this is beautiful, and I love it. So what happened was, my daughter had some leftover hair dye, because my daughter's hair color is this paprika, which I love how this looks in your hair. But I told her, because she's interviewing, right? I said, look, Shadow, Trini got to be in that water to get that hair dye out of her hair at 7:45. And you see how much hair that girl has. Her hair is almost as long as mine. And I said, so you know how long it's going to take me to rinse that dye out of her hair? I'll be all right. So I'm rinsing Trinity's hair, and I just happened to look up and look at Shadow and be like, you might want to go look at your hair. She ran upstairs. You can hear her rinsing it out upstairs. I told you that you should rinse your hair out before I started this. I told you. Oh, me and Trini, we died. We hollered. We heard you running that water upstairs. I was like, I told her not to wait. But me, I have colored my hair fire orange red. I was at a nightclub, and this dude told me I looked like Lucille Ball because I had on red lipstick, and I was just like, Lucille Ball is dead, man. You know, no thanks. It's not like that's your hit me line. No, don't hit on me with that. That's a real rapey, misogynistic term. Damn. You know, you think you stop and you think about the language that you've used in your youth. Somebody trying to get with you is hitting on you? What the fuck is that? And why did it take me until I was 40 odd years old to realize that that's not cool? Probably because I don't use the term that often. I would have realized. Just like that song, we love it. We love it. Christmas every year. Baby, it's cold outside. Have y'all listened to the lyrics of Baby, It's Cold Outside? Have you listened? It's date rape. She's like, look, I gotta go home. He's like, nah, come on now, boo. You ain't got to go nowhere. You can just stay right here with me. You know, maybe I'll have another cigarette. But it was like, he really didn't give her an option to leave. So, you know, some of the stuff that we hold near and dear, like these folks hold this fucking Star Spangled Banner near and dear, but they don't never get to the second verse. How you gonna love a song so much and don't know all of its verses? Think about that. Think about every song you ever loved. No matter how long ago you learned that song, when that song comes on the radio, you know every voice, every verse. Unless you like the members of my family who make up words to songs, like, like Samuel L. Jackson did in that one movie. Because Blinded by the Light. Can somebody tell me the real words to Blinded by the Light? Because I swear he says wrapped up like a douche. Somebody said a deuce. I'm like, that's still nasty. What are the words to Blinded by the Light? Okay. Right. If you want to be happy. Sounds upbeat, but the lyrics are vicious. I'm telling you. Hey, what's in this drink? Yeah. That's in. Right, B. That's in that song. And you just be like, baby, it's cold. And you be like, no. This is no longer cool. This is no, and it's, I don't know. Because I think we're better people for talking about these things and for validating people's experiences. But at the same time, as an older person, and I was telling my daughter about this, especially in matters of transsexuals, for us, we were coming into that time where gay people were starting to be accepted a little bit better, I think. Trans people didn't even talk about. It's like you saw it, and people, like our parents ignored homosexuality. If they weren't gay, they ignored it. Just the same way. It's like we don't, sometimes people make some really grave mistakes when it comes to speaking about people who are transgendered versus people who are transsexual versus people who are gay versus people, who are gender fluid. There are so many levels to things now that it isn't complicated. I think that we all need to take the time to learn how to navigate those things. But I think that sometimes people don't have patience with people that don't know. Or, I don't care what people say about human beings. It's one of the reasons why we continue to have racism in this world. Think about your way of life. Especially if you like it. Okay? And you have been thoroughly convinced by whoever, whatever, that if somebody else gets a decent way of life, your way of life is then threatened. And that's all you've ever been told. Now, is that an excuse for when you know better, you do better? No, it's not an excuse. But you got to understand, some of these people, they are so insulated. I knew people, white people and black people, that lived in the Chicago area, lived out south, that had never been to downtown Chicago. Ever. We still, despite all of this information and technology and all that, we're dealing with some real limited motherfuckers, y'all. Real limited. But see, my thing is, after I tell you the first time, because we had some two obtuse white women up in my house on Friday night. And they had invited us to a baby shower, and then we told them we were going to the Black Witch Convention, and they wanted to know why we needed a Black Witch Convention. I said, because you have to ask that question. Because you don't know. And I don't want to spend all day explaining it to you. So, think about that. And just like with your ancestors, to bring this full circle so I can get off of here. We got these two of these witches brew. I got vodka, and we found this mocktail. I want to know why anybody would. I guess it's for the kids. Or for people who don't drink, this strawberry daiquiri mocktail. I know some of my sisters who I'm going to get it for who don't drink the next time they come to visit. But, we put some of the vodka that we use for colognes. We didn't put the cologne in it, just the vodka. And it's absolutely amazing. It almost tastes like ice cream. That's some good stuff. You know what we need in that? These are like under $2, aren't they? The Witch's Brew cups at the Joann Fabrics. You know what we really needed in this? We need cheap. Once again, cheap ass. I was like, we got tons of vodka at home. We don't need to buy no vodka. We could have got that cake vodka and had it with this strawberry daiquiri. But you know what else you could do? Put a little vanilla in here. Make a vanilla bean, use it as your stirrer. But that's real expensive ass stirrer right there. A whole vanilla bean. But pop a little vanilla extract in there. And it's almost cake. If you all have never had that cake vodka, It's rot gut, I'm sure. Most vodkas are anyway. But, oh my God, have you had that? They got one called Cake and they got one called Whip. They got a whole bunch of different flavored vodkas. And they have been responsible for most of our hangovers in the last decade. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. So, in any case, you all, bringing all of this back to our ancestors and having an understanding of people who came way before us and their motivations for doing some of the things that they do. Remember, it's not an excuse, it's a reason. People don't understand the differences between reasons and excuses. Just because there's a reason why it happened doesn't mean it should keep happening. But it does help the human brain to wrap their mind around some type of understanding when it comes to any situation. So understand that, our ancestors may not have been the people that we wanted them to be. But it is very important that we understand that they were probably all the people they could be. Most people, no matter where they are, don't chew on my phone cord. Go on, Jezebel. Most people, I think, and maybe that's because I still have hope in the world, really believe that they just want to live and enjoy their lives and really not hurt anybody. But we do have a certain segment of the population that they're crazy. They're cray-cray. And I mean, and then there's people with mental illness, and then there's some people who are just downright evil. If you believe in the spirits of good, then you have to understand the spirits of evil. That's why I tell Christians, you believe in God, then you believe in the adversary. There's a balance. There cannot be one without the other. If everything was absolutely wonderful, we would have no idea what absolutely wonderful really is, because we would have never experienced a bad time. We would never have anything to compare it against. We couldn't be grateful if we didn't know what we should be grateful for. Sometimes you become incredibly grateful for things that are taken away from you, don't you? When you took it for granted when you had it. That woman, that man, that job, that house, that car. I know folks that drive a car and never change the oil because they just don't care or don't want to know. But when you buy a car, you got to learn, When you're interacting with other people of other cultures, you got to learn. See, that's the thing. In this country, we know all about white people. We was taught about them. We know how to act around white people. We know what they like to eat. We know what they don't like to eat. We know what they can cook. We know what they can't cook. We know because that's the majority culture. We go to school. We learn their history. We learn their social mores. And then that makes our social mores exotic and ethnic. Man, I get so pissed when I walk up into the grocery store and I see the ethnic area in the hair aisle. Really? Why? I went off about it in Chicago. These country ass people here will look at me like I was crazy. They would be like, well, we thought you were happy we had a special section for you. And in a way I am, because I really don't feel like muddling through all that white folks shit to get to my hair care. But can we call it something else? Like black folks hair? Like have an Afro pick? Like on the sign? Something? I would rather have something like that. Say, what sounds like AOL? Oh, wait a minute. Crazy sounds? Is anybody else having sound issues? Because somebody should have told somebody. Tell a Negro. I could have, turned it off and turned it back on again. Anyways, I really hope that it's not. But, that's messed up. Because I do realize that when I'm on Facebook Live, you guys are hearing this noise. Why didn't you say something? Hold on, watch this. It's a high squeal. How long has it been squealing? What is wrong with y'all? It's probably this. It's plugged into power. And that's what usually causes it. Has it stopped? So I'm like spitting all this knowledge, having all this wonderful time with y'all, and y'all can't hear worth a shit. And ain't nobody said nothing. Yes, now it's good because I'm doing this. I'm going to bed, y'all. The whole fucking time. I'm done with y'all. Good night.